This week we're going to start a new unit, and it's called the solid earth. We're basically beginning our section on geology. Now, so far we've learned that the smallest unit of matter is an atom, and several atoms bonded together makes a molecule, and minerals are a kind of molecule, a category of molecule. Minerals are chemical compounds. This means that they are made by combining elements together. Minerals are considered the building blocks of rocks, so all rocks are made of minerals. There are about 4,000 minerals on Earth, and all minerals have the same 5 characteristics. The first characteristic is that they must occur naturally, which means that they are not made in a laboratory. The second is that they need to be solid, so the mineral cannot be liquid or gas. The third is that a mineral has to have a definite chemical composition, which means that it's the same all the way through. The fourth is that it has a crystal structure, and this means that atoms are arranged in a specific geometric pattern. And finally, minerals must be inorganic, which means that it doesn't have cells and it's not made from things that were alive. Many of the elements that are in a mineral were formed in stars through fusion. Others were formed through enormous explosions called supernovas. Others were formed by water, and some were even formed by life processes. Minerals have different physical and chemical properties that are based on which elements combine and how they bond. So you can see here that graphite is when carbon atoms form in these ring-like sheets, and diamond is when the same exact carbon atoms combine into tetrahedron, which are kind of like pyramid shapes. Now, it's the same exact element, which is carbon, but they make very, very different minerals. One is the hardest mineral, diamond, and one is the softest, which is graphite. Now, there are 5 properties of minerals which basically describe how the mineral behaves. Minerals can be identified by their luster, their hardness, their cleavage or fracture, which is a category known as breakage, their color, and their special properties. We're going to review each one. Luster is the way that a mineral shines in the light. There are 2 kinds of luster, metallic and non-metallic. So metallic is shiny like a new quarter, and non-metallic has a bunch of categories. It could be dull, greasy, earthy, pearly, but certainly not metallic. Hardness is a mineral's resistance to being scratched. It is measured on a Mohs hardness scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is the softest and 10 is the hardest. And the rule for hardness is that harder minerals can scratch softer minerals. Cleavage and fracture is a category known as breakage. Some minerals have cleavage, some have fracture. Cleavage is a mineral's tendency to split easily along flat surfaces, and fracture is rough, uneven breakage. In terms of color and streak, one mineral can come in many different colors, but its streak is pretty much always the same. For this reason, streak is more useful in identifying minerals, and the way you would get a streak is you take a mineral and you would scratch it across a streak plate, and it would give you could see the color of the mineral streak. And lastly, we have a category known as special properties. Many minerals have distinguishing characteristics, such as calcite bubbling when you put acid on it, or magnetite is a magnetic mineral, or highlight opal is fluorescent, which means that it glows in ultraviolet light. There are many other special properties, but those are a few of my favorites.